Hey everyone, welcome back to channel. If you've ever picked up a penny and wondered why it's still in circulation, let me tell you, the 1-cent coin has a fascinating history, and surprisingly, it's worth a lot more than you might think. So, grab your favorite penny, and let's dive deep into the world of the 1-cent coin. The journey of the 1-cent coin begins in the late 18th century, during the infancy of the United States of America. In 1792, the Coinage Act was passed, which authorized the creation of a U.S. mint and the first official U.S. coins. Just a year later, in 1793, the U.S. Mint produced its very first 1-cent coin, the flowing hair cent. It was made of pure copper, had a large diameter, and featured a flowing portrait of Lady Liberty on the front, quite different from the modern, small, and sleek penny we know today. However, the first pennies weren't widely popular. Their size and material made them impractical for circulation, and there were issues with the design. But this marked the beginning of what would become a centuries-long evolution. Over the years, the design of the penny evolved significantly. In 1849, the U.S. Mint introduced the Liberty Head cent, followed by the Indian Head cent in 1859. The Indian Head cent remained in circulation for over 50 years, and its design is still remembered fondly by collectors today. Perhaps the most famous transformation of the 1-cent coin came in 1909, when the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln cent, the one that would become a hallmark of American coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin featured a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and a reverse design of 2 ears of wheat, symbolizing the country's agricultural roots. And as many of you know, this was the beginning of a new era for the penny. It quickly became one of the most beloved coins in American history, not just for its connection to Lincoln, but also because it represented the ideals of unity and hard work. Now, let's talk about the materials. Up until 1982, pennies were primarily made of copper. But as inflation took hold, the cost of copper soared, and the U.S. Mint had to find a more affordable solution. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched the composition of the penny, making it 97.5% zinc, with only a thin copper coating. So, if you look closely at a modern penny, you'll notice it's actually mostly zinc. And although the coin still has a copper-colored finish, it doesn't have the same hefty weight it used to. This was done to save costs and ensure the penny could continue to be produced affordably. So, what about the value of the penny today? At face value, obviously, it's worth just 1 cent, right? But here's the catch: it actually costs more to make a penny than it's worth. According to the U.S. Mint, it costs about 2.1 cents to produce each penny, so technically, the government loses money every time it mints a penny. This is a direct result of the rising costs of materials, labor, and the technology involved in producing these coins. Despite this, the penny continues to be produced because of its role in daily transactions. The government doesn't want to eliminate it entirely, as it would create a lot of logistical and economic challenges. But here's where it gets really interesting. Even though a penny's face value is just 1 cent, the sheer number of pennies in circulation makes its total worth quite impressive. As of 2023, there are over 150 billion pennies in circulation. When you add it all up, the total value of all the pennies in circulation today is over $1.5 billion. That's right, $1.5 billion in just 1-cent coins alone. It may seem like small change, but it adds up. And with billions of pennies sitting in jars, pockets, and bank vaults across the country, the actual worth of pennies is far from negligible. So, what's next for the 1-cent coin? Will we continue to carry around pennies for the next 100 years? Or is it time to bid farewell to this small, copper-plated relic of the past? The future of the penny is uncertain. In fact, several countries have already phased out their lowest denomination coins due to inflation and the rise of digital payment methods. Canada, for example, stopped minting its penny in 2012. Here in the US, there have been ongoing debates about whether to get rid of the penny entirely. Proponents argue that eliminating the penny would save money, streamline transactions, and reduce waste. But opponents believe that the penny still has a place in American culture, and that it would be disruptive to remove it. Aside from its monetary value, the penny holds a special place in American culture. From the famous expression find a penny, pick it up, and all day you'll have good luck, to its appearances in popular movies and literature, the penny is more than just a coin, it's a symbol. Not to mention, for collectors, the penny can be much more valuable than its face value. Rare pennies, like the 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent or the 1943 copper penny, can sell for thousands of dollars at auction. For example, a well-preserved 1909 SVDB penny, a limited mintage that was released only for a brief time, can be worth upwards of $100,000 or more, depending on its condition.